with a parent about care as they age can be uncomfortable, but with the right approach, we hope to make the conversation a little easier. Joining us now is Sandi Heintz. She is the owner of Houston's Right at Home on the Northwest Side. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. I mean, this is, a subject that a lot of people face as our parents are getting older. As the adult child, you may not be the one to broach the subject, but sometimes you feel like you need to.
Correct.
How do we do that easily?
Well,
over Thanksgiving dinner.
Over Thanksgiving dinner?
No.
So I think part of it is just taking the time to look at the situation around their home life and being able to say, Mom and Dad, Grandpa, how do you want to age? Do you want to age in place? What does it look like to age at home?
Yeah, and asking what they want.
Correct.
So how do you know if you need to have that conversation, or is there a certain point where everyone should have the conversation regardless of what's happening?
So I always think it's good to have the conversation for your next phase in life.
Yeah.
Right? How do you want to age? Where do you want your, if you have power of attorney and things like that. But when you look at medical issues, if something has changed recently, if you look at their groceries aren't being bought, if you look at their housing, mails being stacked, that's when it's starting to wonder, Mom and Dad might need a little extra support.
Yeah, and so to explain to us sort of Right at Home, but do you guys help provide that support, or basically what do you guys do?
We do. So in-home care is one of the options to assist families and their loved ones with staying in their home.
Okay.
So that means they can help with activities of daily living, they can help with keeping up the home, whether it's with bill paying, grocery shopping, housekeeping, laundry, things like that. And it's just one of the options if that is available for that family. Yeah,
which is so important, because it's not like the only options are, do you want to go here or do you want to go to some sort of assisted living facility? Correct. Yeah, so talk to us about personal biases when making this decision. I mean, talking with parents may be difficult, but they may already be assuming that, their child thinks this about them, or what do we mean by these personal biases?
I think a lot of it is really listening to your loved one and saying, where would you like to be? Is home an option? If home's an option, you need to look at financials, you need to look at resources. If it's not, and you need more level of care, then that's where the parents and the children can work together to find that right choice.
And obviously money always plays a factor into this. I mean, so if they're only able to stay in their home, if they have somebody who can come in and maybe help them with medicines or cook a meal or pay bills, what usually covers that? Not Medicare, right?
No. So it's typically long-term care insurance if people have planned ahead, and it's mostly private pay. Yeah. There are some things for veterans that are very important. There's some ways you can pay for services if you're a veteran, but it's mostly private pay. So it's really important to look at the finances from a family perspective, how much family can do individually, like with their own personal help, and then whether or not finances can cover and fill in those gaps.
Awesome. And then so your company, you guys kind of, do you do consulting to help families figure that out?
We do. We help them with the transition, and we help them navigate the process. I think that's one of the key things, is that sometimes families just don't know where to start. Loved ones don't know where to start. So just having that conversation and breaking down, what does it look like? What does it look like to have someone come in the home? What does it look like if you need to transition from home to an assisted living? And how can we get there as a team?
Yeah, because that, I think, is probably the most difficult part, is what you do if your loved one doesn't want assistance.
Correct.
You just back away. I mean, that's very hard to do.
It is, and that's where I think it's really important to have a trusted advisor. Is there a financial advisor? Is there a pastoral advisor? Is there a physician that maybe can break some of those conversations down a little bit with that elder adult? And then it takes the burden off of the family. And then also even bringing in a professional like a geriatric care manager or Right at Home to kind of say, this is what we see, what do you think? And kind of building that bridge together.
Right. That very good advice, good information. I appreciate you coming in this morning, Sandi. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.
With Right at Home. You can go to click2houston.com if you want to see more information about this, or get information that you missed that Sandi was going over. Hey.